microphone. You guys can hear me?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
All right, welcome everybody. This is the name of the first podcast. So this is guys, what's the name of this podcast?
The Inside Scoop. What's
Inside
happening
Scoop.
in Sonoma Valley?
I like it.
It's What's Happening in Sonoma Valley podcast. This is the first one. My name is Tim. I'm with Sonoma Valley Visitors Bureau.
How often are you going to do these?
As often as I need.
Okay.
I don't know
Because
yet.
that could be like played into the name, like this
Oh,
week
like this
in
week
Sonoma,
or this occasional interlude.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is Sonoma Valley
fortnight.
Ad Hoc. I'm here with Michelle Lacey,
Hello.
who knows things in and around Sonoma Valley. Amazing person. And also Mark Bodenhammer.
I was waiting for the amazing person part.
He's kind of amazing.
I was going to say like what Siri calls you, Bodenhammer. So whenever I call you, it's
I'll
like,
take
call
it.
Mark
Good enough.
Bodenhammer.
Hey, Tim. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing,
Happy
Mark?
Friday. I'm doing great.
It is a Friday. We're in Sonoma Valley.
It is.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
it's like 75 and sunny.
I know,
It's always
just right.
It's always beautiful in Sonoma Valley.
It's a beautiful day.
Guys, what we're going to do here for the first inaugural podcast, thanks for being on it, talking about things that are happening in Sonoma Valley, and like we're going to do different interviews. It's going to be really fun. So before we do that, though, we also have to say like, comment, and subscribe. Do you say that in a podcast? Maybe you don't do that. Leave a comment.
Do you need
Follow
to
us on
like?
Instagram.
Yeah.
You follow us on Instagram. That's a great one.
And
Do
Facebook.
something.
Yeah, just
Do something to connect with us.
Yeah, just connect with us all the
One way or
time.
another.
As always, this information will be on SonomaValley.com. But today we're going to talk about things that are happening in Sonoma Valley this summer, what's happening, but also we're going to be eating, but we're not chewing.
Right.
Not chewing.
Well, we're going to chew, but,
But-
we'll try not to force that upon our dear
Correct. We're
listeners.
going to keep it really low.
Maybe we should tell everybody what each of us got before
Right.
we go into our calendar.
I like that. So we all went to different places to eat
Yes.
around Sonoma Valley.
Yes.
And now we're going to try the food. So Michelle, can you tell us where you
Yeah,
went?
my
I'm excited to hear
2-minute
about
spiel
yours.
is Les Pascals. I love them. They're really good for breakfast, as everyone knows, but they also have great lunch. And I got the spinach bacon quiche
Okay.
with a little green salad, and I might have bought some macaroons for the class.
Thank
Very
you.
exciting.
You're welcome.
You got a quiche. That's well done.
Yes,
All
and
right.
there is parking in the back, which a lot of people don't know about.
Right there in Glen
that's
Ellen,
right.
across
Yeah, I
from
had a friend
the
say,
Glen Ellen Market.
I can never find parking. And I'm like, did you know there's a parking
know-
lot in the back?
Americans are weird. Like if we don't park right in the front, there's no parking. And you're like,
Right.
but there's a driveway with a sign on it that says parking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Sonomans in particular will, write a letter to the city council before they will turn their head to
Yes.
look to see if there's
So
a
there
parking
is
lot.
probably 10 or 12 parking spots
Yeah.
behind, and there's a dog-friendly, really cute courtyard with umbrella tables, and then you
yeah.
can go and have a little lunch.
Beautiful little
They've
fountain
got great
back there.
sandwiches as well.
And Glen Ellen
the
is just
bread.
magical as a place. I mean,
It
it's
is.
all these little rolling hills and trees everywhere.
It's
and
beautiful up there.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a special spot.
That's a nice spot.
So
Well,
that's where I got my lunch.
Okay, so Les Pascal's in Glen Ellen.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Mark, where'd you go?
I went to Taub Family Outpost, so they're at the
Okay.
corner of First Street West and West Napa Road, right on the southwest corner of Sonoma Plaza.
Okay.
And exciting news there. They've just hired a new executive chef, so they are
good.
back up and running, doing full services for dinner time. Right now, the lunch menu is a little bit limited. They have what's called the wine bar menu, so I ordered off of that. But awesome
I like
dinner
the big
menu,
bottle
too.
of Chardonnay you brought.
Yes, exactly.
Your wine bar
That's-
menu.
I didn't. How did you tell? It's wrapped in the brown bag that I usually see on the park bench. So I got. They have kind of a wide variety of things for the wine bar menu you can get at lunch. But I brought a grilled cheese sandwich for myself, and then I got a couple shareable things. There's some dates here that sounded really amazing, and deviled eggs, which are always a good choice.
deviled
so
eggs.
the dates have blue cheese, which you can smell maybe.
Okay.
And then it's called long pepper oil. So I don't know exactly what that is. The deviled eggs have cheese and bacon. I believe you've got bacon too. So it's a theme now.
Bacon all around.
Bacon
All right,
all
good.
around.
What are you eating, Tim?
Well, I went to the newest restaurant in Sonoma Valley. It's in the Springs. It's called Spread.
Ooh, yeah,
And brand new. I think it's been open like a couple
I
days,
went there
right?
yesterday.
Okay, of course. Michelle's like, there's trend, and she's like way in front of the trend.
So good.
And then there's me and like my khakis, like way at the end of the trend line. But I got there, so I got a bunch of Lebanese food. It's Lebanese inspired
yeah.
wine country food.
Yeah.
I don't really know what I ordered because I called them up and because they're online
Shawarma.
ordering. I did get shawarma. I think of a type of shawarma, and then I also got a spread. So it's probably like a baba ganoush or something.
Yeah.
I have
Sure.
no idea.
Tabbouleh.
Yeah, maybe. Sure.
Hummus.
When I open it, when we do the unboxing, I'll let you know.
There we go.
And we'll go there. So
Their
I'm
entire
excited.
menu looks really good, and it's different, and it's kind of healthy.
And we need more,
need-
kind of
yeah.
ethnic cuisines
Yeah, just
and
try different things out.
So that's
That's good.
Where the
super
Sonoma
exciting.
Eats used to be. Everyone
right.
knows where.
This is a
and-
very typical
yeah.
Sonoma thing to say.
I know. It's
I'm
where
going to
Sonoma
reference a thing that's no longer there
Yeah.
to give you directions to it.
And you know where Sonoma Eats is? Sonoma Eats is where West burgers used to
Across
be.
from El Fuego Pizza that used to be Cochon Blanc.
Right. So really easy to find. Ask anyone that's been here for years. And they'll be like, I remember when the Springs was different. That's why there. All right, so guys, we got to start eating here too.
Yeah.
And so, we got to try this food. I don't know how we're going to do
Okay.
this. What should we do? Just start eating it?
We can talk about what's happening.
We're gonna have
too,
what's happening and, stuff, and while you open stuff up.
slightly,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm going to talk about an event that happens every Tuesday. And it's an amazing one. Visitors come here and they come check it out. Mark, maybe you should actually talk about it because it's your event, which
I'm
is
there.
the
Yeah.
Tuesday night market. Tell me about that thing.
It's amazing. And so you mentioned the visitors that come. When the visitors come up, we have a little wine booth that we do through the Chamber of Commerce. And so we feature a local winery every week. So last week we had Klein Wines. They had a Sauv Blanc and a Rosé and a Zinfandel
Nice.
that were all amazing. Next week we're going to have La Prenda wines. I don't know what the table wines are that we're serving, but what I do know is they're going to have Frosé, which is a frozen
so
slushy
good.
That's so
rosé
popular
thing.
right now.
Todd has that all
Yeah.
the time on the
I
weekends.
saw that on their sign,
It's
so I
really
haven't
good.
checked it out yet. But we'll be serving those. You mentioned the visitors. So when they come, they usually come up to the wine booth and we give them like information. They're like, we're just so happy we came here for this. We happen to be here during this once a year festival. And I'm like, nope, this is Tuesday here.
This is
This is
literally
how
a
we roll.
Tuesday in
The
Sonoma.
entire town descends on the plaza,
Right.
thousands of people, and have kind of a shared picnic with music.
fun.
And there is a legit farmer's market and lots of food. And so it's a really, really amazing experience.
What time does that start off?
5 to 8, and it runs from May through September.
Okay.
So the only one we're going to miss this year is July 5th because July 4th is a holiday you may have heard.
Which we will talk about that.
And there's lots of good food. The food trucks are really
They're good,
And they
yeah.
have amazing fresh flowers that are cheap. You can get like a huge bouquet of flowers for $10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I also like how Mark's like 5 to 8. I'm like, no, that's when it officially ends.
Right.
But people are like picnicking there.
Yeah.
Like they're professional.
Especially
Yeah.
now because it's still light out at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
not like in September it's dark by
Right.
the end of this deal.
Right.
But right now, when I packed up and went home on last Tuesday night, it was still bright as day out. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, are we done here?
You went home and you painted the house. Good
Yes,
job, Mark. Yeah,
exactly.
chores to do. So that's the Tuesday night market. It's really amazing. Guys, I just opened up this thing here. Michelle, what are these? These are like vegetable crudités or something like that? Or
Those look like vegetable crudités.
and then
Yes.
there's like some sort of like dips and things like
Yes.
that. I'm going to grab one and like reach over there and put it over there.
Yum.
Let me see what's there. So Tuesday night market. Mark, if people want information about that, I think they can go to Sonoma Valley Chamber of Commerce.
It's actually there's a
There's a
dedicated
website.
website,
Thank you.
Sonoma's TuesdayNightMarket.com, and
Okay.
I emphasized that S on purpose because it's easy to miss. So Sonoma's Tuesday Night
is that
Market.
plural or possessive?
It is possessive.
Okay.
There's only one Sonoma.
And there's a Friday farmers market too.
Yeah.
That's right. Friday Farmers Market. Good one.
Yeah.
And that's not in the plaza, but kind of
Arnold
north of
parking
plaza.
lot,
Arnold
just
parking lot.
north of the plaza, and they've got great stuff too.
And that's sort of your traditional farmer's
Yeah,
market.
it's a little easier
Right.
to get in and out. If a
Right.
lot of locals that are like, I can't do the whole party scene. I just really need vegetables. You know,
Right.
like
Right.
Friday is your thing.
Right.
You can go park right there, and like they have tons of produce
Red
and
Oak Farms
flowers.
there.
And Mike the
Yeehaw
baker's got
Coffee's
his
there.
bread
Mike the baker's
going, and
there.
Yeah.
Yeehaw Coffee. We talked
Yep,
about
yep.
them this morning. So yeah.
No band, no corn dogs, but farm fresh
But lots
produce
of blueberries
and,
and,
like amazing
chard
things.
and kale
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sarah's Ranch blueberries are coming soon, actually.
Are they
I
really?
don't know if you've seen
You got
that,
your
but
number
that's
on
a big
that?
deal.
Like the countdown or something like that?
Yeah, I just pulled up a recipe for blueberry ice cream. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
It's a big deal for me when Sarah's is ready.
We
I
live
love
in a
that.
small town.
Yes, we do.
Blueberries are exciting.
Yeah.
Well, these blueberries
hey,
are really good.
They are
Strawberry
good.
season is still happening too. That's a big deal
Watma
too.
strawberries. Yep.
Yep.
So what else is happening in June? We got the NASCAR Toyota Save Mart is a big thing. That's happening on June 10th. So
Huge.
if you're into NASCAR, go. It's going to be really fun. Huge party scene. Lots of people partying.
And that's Sunday, June 12th.
Yeah.
But also check out Saturday, June 11th is the other race. I don't know. I forget the name of it, but there's a
Yeah.
truck series race, and there's another race that's similar to the NASCAR race, but I think just a different circuit.
Yes.
And so that's a little bit more affordable price point,
Right.
and not as much traffic. The NASCAR is like the world descent.
It's amazing,
Sure.
isn't it?
But it is so amazing. It is so
epic.
cool. Yeah, it's just a great day out there.
Yeah, and then Gun Bun has its big Huachuca Music Festival
Oh, yeah. Wait, say it again.
happening.
Say it again.
Huachuca.
Huachuca? How do you pronounce that?
I think it's Huachuca. Not really sure.
It's like Huichica.
It looks like Hirachi.
It does. I think of a sandal.
I always think of a sandal.
I know.
When
I'm
I
like
see
a
it.
sandal.
But that's Gun Bun has tons of great live
Yeah?
music all summer. There's
Okay.
lots of good places in town to see live music. So we've got Gun Bun, of course. We've
Right.
got the Fairmont has their Friday and Saturday.
The Californo.
It's really cool.
So California, like it's like a pun, right? Californo being like an oven, I guess,
Yeah.
and then California. I'm like, oh, I got it. It took me
Yeah.
2 years. Oh, I get it.
Oh, a horno is
Well, I think a forno is an oven too in
I
Spanish.
think it's like
El
oven in
horno is
California.
oven.
Horno? Maybe it's Italian.
Horno. I have a good story there. In San Juan Capistrano, the Chamber of Commerce I used to work at was on La Matanza Street.
Okay.
And we'd have people come in and say, that's such a beautiful word. What does it mean? La Matanza means the slaughterhouse. That means the place you take the cows.
So is that what Matanzas
end of
Creek is here in town? It's like Slaughterhouse Creek.
Right. And then El Horno was the street that intersected it. And so you can actually
God.
tell. And this was right down the street from the Mission. This is how things used to be around here. And in fact, it's kind of how things still are. We just don't have to look at it anymore. So
Wow.
Anyway.
I like it better when you just think about the
Did I just ruin the mood?
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
Yeah, I was like, no.
Buzzkill.
By the way, how's your
Anyway, the
Hammer.
food is really good here.
how's your beef jerky?
My dates are really good. Would anybody
Are
like
they?
to try a blue cheese date?
Yes, I want to try one, but that means Michelle's going to talk more.
So back to live music. I have a little list here. Hot Monk, Fiance's got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Murphy's, Cornerstone, Muscardini, B.R. Cohen, Tips, Palooza, Glenelg and Star. I was there for dinner on Tuesday night, and they had a great live music.
They have music?
They've got live music. I'm not sure if it's every Tuesday. I think it's Tuesdays. And then Wednesdays, they're doing like locals.
Wait, Michelle, how often do you eat out?
I personally am trying to support all the restaurants.
I see your Instagram. The question is, how often do you eat in?
A lot, actually.
That's
a lot.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say this, but you're basically, and this is a compliment to her, you're the Martha Stewart of Sonoma. Because I've
Wow.
seen your garden.
Okay, that's good.
I've
That's a
seen your
compliment.
Instagram photos of your garden. They're gorgeous.
It makes me jealous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Gardening's kind of like my zen.
Yeah. Well, it's
I'm
also a
the same way. I love
competitive
getting
sport
that
in
there.
wine country.
Yeah.
It is kind of a competitive sport. Yeah, I took a picture. My friend was like, "Oh, really? You have 9 artichokes? Look at my 9. I have 27." I was like, "Damn it!"
Wait, you have 9 artichoke plants, or you have 9
I have
artichokes
2
on?
artichoke plants, and
Okay.
I was happy
Yeah.
that I had like 9 artichokes on
Yeah.
one plant.
you
And then
could
my
have brought in
friend
some
sent me a
artichoke dip.
picture and said that she had like 18. She went up to my artichoke plant.
But what are you going to really do with 18 artichokes? I mean, you only need to eat a few.
I know.
You'll
Yeah.
be good.
How
I think
many
yours
can
is
you eat?
just the right use.
And you got to let them flour. By the way, that was that a date?
That was a date. It was
That
a date
amazing.
stuffed with blue cheese, and it had the long pepper oil on it.
With long pepper.
Yes.
Top's got it going on. And I must say that the Beacon is the most happening bar in Sonoma.
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday nights, if you go up there and you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is like,
Where are these people from?
you know,
Who are they?
I love Steiner's and all of our little bars and
sure.
stuff. But
Yeah.
you go up there and you're like, swanky.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
It's a
all
different
dim
world.
and they've got, you know, really great music going
Right,
and all the
right.
people in there are kind of just like dancing. It's like a whole scene.
And it's a small space.
Well, that's why some people were quite disappointed that I met on the plaza because they tried to just walk in and there was no, you had to have reservations. And
There's
a lot of
only a
people kind of
handful
think
of
it's a speakeasy
Have
bar.
they done the secret backdoor thing?
They do have
Okay.
a secret backdoor thing, but
Okay.
I highly recommend going to the Beacon. Their cocktails are probably one of the best. I never
Okay.
say best, but
Sure.
one of the best.
Okay, okay.
They do have Gerard, the bartender there, is
Yes.
the guy who wins best bartender like for every year for the
Right.
last decade.
Right.
So you can go in there and just say, I like Watma strawberries and I like vodka, and he'll make you like a personalized special cocktail with mint and Watma strawberries. And
You're very specific on that. Is that called the Michelle cocktail? 'Cause
that
I
is
feel
called
like
the Michelle.
I feel like you just like listed very specific ingredients. You're like, and a little bit of simple syrup and a
Yes.
twist of whatever.
I don't even
Okay.
have to tell him. You can just say you want something citrusy and refreshing, and he'll
And he'll
like
do it.
muddle you up some magic.
But the strawberry one, we just had Martine and Ashley on our radio show
Mm-hmm.
the other day, and they actually thin slice the strawberries on a mandolin and then freeze dry them and then put them in, so it gives it like
That's
this
why it's
overwhelming
so good.
strawberry
It's-
goodness.
It's a party
like-
in your mouth.
Yeah,
How did
totally.
Martine and Ashley's fingers look like trying to slice strawberry in a mandolin?
They didn't have any fingers left.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have a hard enough time with potatoes.
That thing freaks me out. I have a mandolin, but I look at it and it's just
It's like this, dude.
staring
It's like
me
this
down.
every
Yeah,
time.
Exactly.
Lose a finger.
But that's a functional tool. I mean, when
It
you
is.
get those like perfectly sliced,
Yes.
either tomatoes or onions or strawberries in this case,
Yes.
it's a
or
fun
all the truffle
presentation.
oil people are always putting on stuff. Maybe they're shaving it.
Gerard
just
has
right.
got
There you go.
quite
Yeah.
a plethora of amazing condiments
Tools
to
back
go
there.
onto your cocktails. Like he's got dried beautiful slices of orange and different citruses and mint and oregano and all these weird herbs that you wouldn't think would go in a cocktail, but
awesome.
they're perfect.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
There's some of the cocktail list right here,
he's the
and it's
man.
just incredible.
Okay.
I mean, the
Yeah.
Sonoma Paloma.
Yeah.
There's a Blanco Tequila, Gifford Pamplemousse.
Pamplemousse.
They're
Love that
very
word.
good.
There's a grapefruit soda, some lime. I mean, just this whole thing is amazing. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's
and
unlike
the music
anything
was
else
really
in Sonoma.
good, and it
Right.
was
Yeah.
just like such a party. It's always a party vibe
always
in
something going
there,
on
but
there.
it is small, so you have to make a reservation.
Right. It's like the Tuesday night market. It's always a party.
Yep.
But
Yep.
this one you got to reserve. Tuesday night market. Everyone's welcome. Show up. Have a good time.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Slightly different vibe, though.
Slightly different
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah. And you feel like you're in a big city. That's what I think is kind of cool about
Yeah.
it. You are transported.
Right.
You walk into the door, and it's like I am no longer in Little Sonoma anymore.
Right.
I love Little Sonoma, but it's fun to have a little
Yeah.
outing without
A
actually
little
driving
classy.
somewhere.
It's nice to wear a shirt that you have to,
yeah.
clean.
Like shoes. Yeah.
You look clean.
Fancy things.
Speaking of big events, you had a big event in July. It's usually the first week of July. It's usually the fourth day in July.
That might be the 4th of July,
The 4th of July.
otherwise known as Independence Day.
Independence. This will be our Independence
It's going to be a
Day.
big one this year because there is
Yeah.
pent-up demand.
Pent-up
so
America
we're going to have
demand.
the whole, I mean, the I don't even know what time chairs are going to be down there. We all know what time
There's probably
chairs.
chairs.
There's probably chairs right now.
I'm sure. Yeah. Like we're reserving them far in advance.
The parade, the festival on the plaza, and
Right.
then it's a whole day.
It's
You
an
gotta
immense
pay-
day.
people
The
gotta
fireworks
pace
are coming
themselves.
back. The fireworks
Yeah.
are back. The parade is happening. Mark, are you going to be in the parade? Are you going to be like leading,
leading the parade, I'm pretty sure.
Please.
No.
The kazoo.
I'll be sitting on the
Brigade.
side cheering everybody
Will you?
on
Doing
and
the thing?
having Budweiser beer.
Has it?
I think it's Sonoma Volunteer Firefighters
they're the group.
Association.com where
It
you
is.
can get that because a lot of people were asking times and what's happening and where does the
Yeah.
parade start. It
I
starts and
think-
ends over by the barracks, I think. Does it not?
I haven't seen the parade route this year, and I
Yeah.
don't know, but I think it's important that people just show up early, like July 3rd, and be ready.
And the night.
And then actually, it's been like listed one of the top 4th of July events in
Yes.
the country.
Travel and Leisure named it. I think it was like
The number
six.
one.
Yeah.
The first time I went to see the fireworks display here, I like at least a dozen times thought, oh, that was a really amazing grand finale.
Yeah.
And then something else just kept happening. And it really is the fireworks part of it is on par with a major city.
It really is.
take that, you
blows
big
you
city.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stinkers.
It's awesome.
We can do it just as good here.
Well, you know, and when you go to, I mean, nothing wrong with San Francisco. We all love it.
Sure.
But there's like a foggy 4th of July down there.
Right.
I have seen colored fog so many times
Yes.
in San Francisco. But down here, or up
and just
here.
getting down there and parking, and it's just logistics. I mean, here.
Oh, there's
it's like
parking in the
right
back, Michelle.
here.
Just look for the driveway and go down the back.
In San Francisco? Yeah.
That's the secret.
Okay.
Yeah, so 4th of July is happening up in July, Independence Day. I think in July, Gay Wine Weekend, right?
Gay
That's
Wine
correct.
Weekend is the 15th to the 17th. 3 days of gay.
3 days of gay.
Three
It's
days
a
of
weekend
gay.
so long, we gave it an extra day.
And they're doing big bike rides, and they've got winemaker dinners.
big bike rides?
Big bike rides, like lots of dudes on bikes are going to
Okay.
do the
Like,
bike
are we talking like
Regular-sized
motorcycle
bikes.
bikes?
Regular-sized
Or are we
bikes.
talking like bicycles?
bicycles.
I want to
So I think
ride
they're
my
starting
bicycle.
at the lodge,
Okay.
and maybe they're going down
This
Broadway.
is, wait, a big gay bike ride.
Big gay bike ride.
I love this idea.
I know. It's
Wait, they're
happening.
going down Broadway, Mark? Where the bike lanes are?
Where on Broadway?
Down
In
the bike lane,
Lonely
Mark?
Cyclist Expressway.
And then maybe like Gun Fun, Buena Vista around that area. So that looks like fun.
Okay.
And then the part, I always go to I volunteer to help out check everybody in at the Chateau St. Jean.
Okay.
Big
Oh, that's a bash.
gay
Yeah.
tea party.
And that's happening
dance
again this year.
At the
Twilight,
Yeah, that's
right?
the end.
Twilight
of
tea dance.
It's
Yeah.
the best. I
Yeah.
volunteer just because it's so fun. Like
Yeah,
there's-
yeah.
it's so many fun people. And last year or every year there's people from like Ireland, Scotland, England, Japan. Like
This is on the
it
scene.
is truly a global
Right.
party.
Right.
This is a big deal. I mean,
Yeah.
it had in I think 2020, it had outgrown the weekend, and it was planned to be
Yeah.
a full week long
Right.
celebration. But then obviously 2020 came.
Oh, did something happen in 2020?
Yeah.
But it is like something that is well known internationally.
They get a really
bring in
good
people from all
DJ,
over,
like the dance floor, like just the people watching and just
It's legit.
It's legit.
It's on the
so
lawn.
fun.
It's on the lawn out there.
Yeah, it's on the lawn, and they put in a big wood dance floor with a disco, with a mirror ball and lights, and they put up like they had white leather couches. I mean, it's done very well.
Okay.
It's like a LA club dropped into Kenwood.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
So we've got the Beacon, we got Gay Wine Weekend.
Yep.
Then you got like Down Home Americana, 4th of July. You kind of got the different juxtaposition
Something
of all the cool stuff
everyone.
here.
Yep.
Something for
I can round out the offerings here.
Go.
Are you familiar with the event that's happening at the Sausage Emporium on June 16th? They are doing a sushi pop-up.
I was wondering about
Metcalf.
this.
Yes.
Okay, because I didn't know if the sushi was ongoing, so it's a pop-up.
No, it's a pop-up. It's going to be like a one-night thing. So,
Right.
Sausage Emporium, great story. So, Miranda started this business with her husband, and it's a family thing. They started small, a little hot dog stand. Then they outgrew that. Went to the place down in El Paseo Alley, outgrew that.
Right.
And now they're in this beautiful place right on the plaza.
So
And it's
good.
so good.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
So they're typically open for just breakfast and lunch, but they're doing this dinner at event. So it's at 6:30 on June 16th. You pay a price to get in there, but they have a DJ that's coming, and so I was excited. First of all, something in Sonoma that's happening after 6:30, right?
I know, right? Oh my gosh.
That's great.
Call the police.
But also, Ed and there's another chef, I forget his name, but anyway, they're like, these are world-class
Ed
sushi
sushi's
chefs.
really
This is
good.
not like mess around sushi.
Right.
Like they didn't pull it from Whole Foods.
This is not gas station sushi at all. By any
which
is
sounds
really-
great, but this
It's so
sounds good.
affordable.
There'll be sake drinks. There'll be like all these kind of appetizer things, or something called Japanese angry fries, or something like that, where it's like French fries that have stuff.
Which
on
I've
it.
got fries here from Spread. Like the loaded fries, or something. They have like stuff on them.
I didn't know.
I didn't get
I'm gonna open it in a second.
Thanks for sharing, Tim. Jeez.
I got them right here. On my
I got
side.
all veggies. I was being healthy.
Oh. I didn't get that part of the memo. It's like all veggies.
You know what today is? I just learned this. Today is National Cheese Day.
It's donut day too.
No,
What
you
a
guys are
day.
making it. Wait, is there a cheese
Maybe-
donut?
Yeah. No.
There is going to be this afternoon. I'll tell ya.
Wait, it's not. Is that real? You're saying
Yes.
Pretty sure it's-
Somebody posted this on their Instagram.
Pretty sure it's a
I forget who.
donut day.
I wouldn't trust
too.
them.
Maybe that's tomorrow. But Harvey's
I mean,
Donuts,
we
speaking
just
of
make these things
donuts,
up.
Harvey's
Yeah.
Donuts are absolutely fantastic. I love that they're little tiny ones. And I also love that you don't have to wait in a really long line, because if you used to get donuts from the farmer's market, love Harvey's Donuts, but his machine is like, it's the slowest little cute old-fashioned donut making machine.
and they're like tiny. We should say they're
And
like
they're tiny.
really small donuts. They're baby donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My boyfriend would
yeah.
go get a cone of
Yeah.
donuts,
Donuts
and he'd
for
come
adults
back and
that
there
are
would be like
small-sized.
one left, because it's like he ate them all.
Oh,
Yeah.
apparently whoever posted that it was National Cheese Day jumped the gun. That's tomorrow. So you can have a donut today,
Okay.
and then tomorrow is National Cheese Day. And I'm going to celebrate National Cheese Day twice. I'm that dedicated.
You're just being
Really?
supportive.
Yes.
So
exactly.
he's going all the way.
Oh, Tim.
Because it's cheese. Because cheese is
It was not nice. Don't encourage him.
Something that we missed talking about in June is the Deerfield Ranch comedy series. So,
yeah.
something different to do. People are always like, what is there to do? Like, going out to dinner is great, but something else would be fun.
Sure.
Transcendence Theater, another fun thing to do at night, like with the whole family.
Correct.
But the Deerfield Ranch, it's the Crushers of Comedy stand-up comedy tour, and they're doing, I think, 2 or 3 shows a month there for the whole summer.
Huh.
At Deerfield Ranch.
Deerfield Ranch, right? And Crushers
Yeah.
of Comedy. I think Lisa Pidge puts them
It
on,
is Lisa
and she does a
Pidge.
bunch of different events
Yeah.
around.
That's really cool. I had never heard of any comedy things happening in Sonoma
Yeah,
before.
I think
That's-
it's at least twice a month at Deerfield Ranch, and they get really good comedians, because everyone that comes to San Francisco, they
come on up to
draw 'em
there.
in.
I think if we say Lisa Pidge's name one more time, she has to give us some comp tickets.
Come on, Lisa.
Pidge.
Oh, I thought you were going to say she's going to appear in the
Oh, like
Shadow
Beetlejuice?
Keeper.
Although, no, this is funny. I once counted all the Lisas in my life. And because I'm Gen X, there are so many Lisas in my life. It's a very popular name.
Huh.
Yeah. If you were born between roughly 65 and 80, I guarantee, open your phone right now, you've got 4 Lisas in there without even looking.
I know a lot of
Don't even
Lisas.
think about it.
What else is coming up? Father's Day.
Okay, well, Father's
true.
Day.
Yep.
But and that's always a good one. People tend not to come here. I mean, I don't travel for. No one does anything for Father's Day. That's all I'm saying.
yeah,
That's
they
all I'm
do.
saying. Oh, do they? They should.
I think they should.
They should.
Yeah.
Father's Day is always cool. We don't have like a lot of big events. We do have like wine events happening
Yeah.
around Father's Day and stuff like that.
Well, like live music or Go to Sausage Emporium.
One thing you could do, I don't know that it's happening on Father's Day, but something that just started last night. First game of the Sonoma Stompers season.
Yeah. How'd that go?
Baseball is back.
How'd that go?
They went great. They won 4-1.
Okay.
It's been 1,005 days since they played a professional baseball game in Sonoma, because they wrapped up the 2019 season in whatever that was, July of 2019,
Right.
and they were getting ready, obviously, like everyone else. I keep bringing up 2020. But the point is, last night was the first game. Mayor Jack Ding threw out the first pitch. Stompers won the game. They're in a new league now, so it's different teams.
They
played
have
the
really
San
good beer
Francisco
and
Seals.
food, too.
Yeah.
Not that I'm all about beer and food, but I'm just
No, it's
saying.
good.
Baseball.
It rounds out
What's
the
Sonoma?
experience.
I think
Yeah.
is it Sonoma Springs beer?
I think so. I believe
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Local Sonoma beer?
You can go down there and visit Sonoma Springs.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we've been talking a lot of food. We haven't been eating. We should start eating, but we'll figure that out later. But if you want to burn off the donuts, the cheese, the beer, the wine, the baba ganoush, the whatever, what's a good way to exercise if you were going to run, say, from like Napa to Sonoma?
This feels like a
This feels like
leading
a lead-in.
question.
It's like a setup.
I think if you join the Napa to Sonoma race,
This is what we call a seamless transition
Yeah.
in the podcasting
July
business.
16th and 17th.
Yes.
People sign up for it. I guess we get like 4,000 people
it
come
got
here.
voted like in the top 10 most scenic marathons in the United States.
Really?
I think it's number 3.
What's number 2 and number 1?
I don't
Get
know.
out of here.
I
Get
know,
outta
right?
here.
Running through vineyards, it's absolutely
Yeah, it's amazing.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love it. So yeah, it will end up on the plaza. Big event, really fun. A lot of wineries come pour. If you are athletically, one, if you are inclined to be in pain, and 2, you like to run around, then this is the great place for you, because we also have wine afterwards. I don't know why people would run a marathon, but yeah, I mean, have you run a marathon, Mark?
No.
Michelle?
No. Not
But
for
I
me.
did used to work at Nike, and I did used to manage the Honolulu
Oh, that's
women's
right.
marathons, and that used to be my job, is doing pop-up marathons for 10,000 people. It's no small feat.
It's huge.
It's huge.
It's no small feet. It's like 8,000 feet running in Mark, because it's a marathon, so it's feet.
Yeah, understood.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But the party on the plaza is really fun. I know Jamie from Psy did a frosé, and she ran the marathon.
Well, now she's putting us to shame.
Jamie
Jamie,
from Psy,
you know what,
like,
Jamie?
ran the marathon and then comes and does, frosé.
Then she
on the
serves
square.
frosé to everybody after
Yeah,
still wearing her
I think
bib.
some of the other people that worked at Psy.
Mark
had
and I were
I'm
still
gonna
in
put on.
pajamas.
I'm going to put on running shorts and show up there,
And just
and
spritz
pretend to be
yourself like
huffing
you're
and
all-
puffing. Yeah. Whew, boy. Yeah. Where's that frosé?
Sweaty.
So
Yeah.
that's a big one. That's in July, the Napa to Sonoma Marathon, and that's it's kind of funny. Our events in Sonoma Valley kind of start crescendoing and getting more and more frenetic as we head towards harvest.
Yeah.
Right. That's,
Yep.
that's kind of the big one as we get there. But
And then we have the Vintage Festival, and that's like September, I think.
yeah, so I think the exact dates are TBD,
Yeah.
or they have been. You know what? I actually hold on. I got a
The
text.
Vintners have taken it over, but
Yes,
she did mention there's going to be grape stomping. It's going to be kind of more of a classic.
Yeah, we're going to
Vintage
go
Festival.
back to, hold on here. When is Vintage Fest this year? And the text I got back was October 7th and 8th.
So a little bit later
A little
than
bit.
normal.
Well, probably when the harvest is happening. When the
Or
vintage is
at
happening.
the end of the harvest.
The
That's
harvest.
I think the
Yeah.
idea. That's
When
what
does
it's supposed
harvest
to
start?
celebrate.
What's the schedule for harvest?
It usually starts kind of in early August for
is that on
champagne
Google
grapes.
events or
Champagne
something like that?
grapes.
Or it varies?
Well, yeah, this is a nature thing, Tim.
Okay.
It happens when the grapes are ready. There's not like a time that we
It's
can...
not, no.
Gloria
Third week in
Ferrer.
August.
Going back to Sonoma Capistrano, we'd get people who call and say, when do the swallows arrive? What day?
St.
What
Joseph's Day.
time? Right. But, they're birds. They show up when they feel like it. Like
I feel lied to
when
by the
there's enough
tourism board of
bugs.
San Juan Capistrano. Sonoma Tourism will never
It
lie to
is
you.
March 19th is St. Joseph's Day. That's when they arrive, but also...
Do they actually go there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
for
a
sure.
thing. You haven't seen that?
I was there not
There's a
in
parade.
spring,
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
and I didn't see this. I was mad. I was like, this is a ripoff.
They are a little bit harder to find. I mean, they build their homes out of little mud
Yeah.
puddles that used to be all over the area. Now
I see
we've
it.
built millions of homes across Southern California, so there's
Yeah.
less mud puddles.
You know what you should do? You should have a requirement people put mud on their roof.
I think so.
I'm going to talk to them.
Yeah. Housing. For
But
housing.
going back to our harvest then, so Mark, usually champagne starts third week of August or second week of
Yeah.
August.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, last year I think I remember somebody pulling grapes in at the end of July.
Yeah, it was
like
really early
early
last year.
Yeah.
I don't-
So you just never know. I mean, it could be let's
It could be
just-
harvesting right now. We don't know. No,
And
but
there's
they're
all
not.
sorts of fun parties. Like Gloria Ferrer has a thing on their crush pad, and so the
Right.
champagne kind of kicks it off. And you can go to Gun Bun, and a lot of places will let you kind of behind the scenes check out how harvest works. And there's even some places that do tours.
I love that. Here's how it works. Show up here at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's some clippers. Wear some sturdy shoes.
And warm clothes,
they
but
do
be
that.
ready to.
We're going to hand you out in the vineyards. It's hard work.
I went to an event at Beltane Ranch where they kind of like brought you out and you clipped grapes and you sort of like, they walked you through kind of how it happens. They called it vine to table. And then at the end, you sit down and you drink wine, as all events in Sonoma Valley end with you at a table drinking wine. But,
That's how they start, too.
that's how they start too. It actually was. You're in the vineyard drinking wine, looking at grapes. Then you walk and you see how it happens. How does a grape get to the bottle?
It's such a fun time of year. I love the energy. It's kind of the whole community is buzzing, and it's this reminder that this is not a Disneyland exhibit of what wine country might look like. This is a working agricultural community, and people, your friends that you normally see on like regular days are up, like you said, at 3 a.m.
They disappear.
Picking
and they're so tired.
The winemakers disappear for like 8 weeks. They disappear and they come back like zombies.
Right.
Yeah, because they've been working like 20-hour days.
Yeah.
They don't recognize
Steiners.
They're in Steiners.
At like noon, because it's like dinner time to them.
Right.
So I'm like, dude, 11
They've already
really?
worked like a 10-hour day.
Yeah, they've worked a 10-hour day. Yeah.
And you just don't talk to them. But that's the way it is. All right, so we had I was going to mention palm. This is different.
Okay.
I'm shifting gears on Broadway.
Okay, shifting.
You got harvest, and I'm thinking of apples. And then there's that new cider shop.
Oh,
Yes.
Pomme. Which is, have you guys been there yet?
I have not been there
You've been
yet.
there?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah?
It's amazing. It looks really great. It's a very nice, clean. It has the same kind of vibe as what Sasha's Emporium looks like a lot of kind of light-colored, marbly looking things, a lot of light-colored tile, very clean, fresh feel. And they have ciders from all over the world, primarily apple-based, but they actually had a couple. There was one that was pear-based. There was one that was peach-based that has kind of a really, a very peachy flavor, but not overwhelmingly sweet.
Like sweet, okay.
Yeah, no. It was, this was the type of thing you could get into trouble because it's like you could drink a lot of them. It's a very mellow, refined flavor.
Okay.
They too are going to be doing some rosés or frosé type things, so that'll be happening. Maybe
I feel like this podcast is sponsored by frosé. Frosé. Or like Pee-wee's Playhouse. That's the magic word, frosé.
Somebody didn't pick up. I made a basement at the Alamo joke the other day.
Yeah.
Bob didn't pick it up. I was kind of
Bob
upset.
didn't pick that one up?
You would think.
There's no basement at the Alamo.
There's no basement at the Alamo.
All right.
Anyway, sorry.
4 leases. See, now you've got 4 leases in your phone because you get that joke.
I checked. I have 7 leases.
If you get a Pee Wee Herman joke, you've got leases in your phone.
But Pomme, they opened up just a couple of weeks ago. So that's POMME for those of you listening at home. And they've just opened up. They are just about a half a block south of the plaza on Broadway. And a great lineup of things. They do tasting flights, or you can just buy things to go. We'll be featuring their wines actually out at the farmers market on July 12th, I believe.
Okay.
We're going to do kind of like an different, not your traditional wines and things. So cider is technically a wine. It's a wine is a fermented fruit juice, basically.
Okay.
So they get classified the same. So we'll have that. We'll have a rosé that's canned. That's an operation called West Shore Wine. So that's Robin Sebastiani, and I forget the other woman, but it's a woman-run, woman-owned business.
And cans are big right now.
Yeah,
because I'm talking about Sarah's Ranch. They have their canned
Blueberries.
The blueberry wine. Okay.
16600 does canned rosé. That's amazing, and they also have a canned white wine this year too. But I don't know what it is. We'll have to find that out.
Okay.
Sam Couture's my neighbor. That's a good neighbor to have.
Oh, yes,
Really?
it is.
3 doors down, I can just be like, Sam, I'm out of wine.
Running dry, Sam.
They're kind of my neighbor, too, at the chamber. They're like out the back door through the Postal Service parking lot.
Super
They're right
nice.
there.
Yeah, I love
Go to
their
Pete's,
wine.
take a ride.
Yeah, exactly. That's a left for me, but yes.
Oh, right. Yeah. Mark and I meet for Pete's Coffee, but we don't meet at Pete's. We meet at these really nice chairs that we want to buy because they're right outside the original Williams Sonoma.
Yes.
Nice.
And they're these beautiful, beautiful outdoor chairs. So like fancy wood.
So nice.
It's but we can't afford it.
They cost the same as my car.
So our plan is to make them depreciate by using them.
Yeah.
And then like a year from now, they're like, these things are used and crappy.
these are-
Mark and I
these are
we'll buy it.
Someone spilled on this. Can I buy it for little to nothing?
Scratched their name. And
Yeah.
What? Mark
And
and
that's-
Tim?
that's-
That's weird.
But I feel like we're the official greeters for people coming up Broadway, like all the cyclists, and like telling them, like, here we are as we Don't say
Mostly
both.
we're describing.
Don't
So
say
William
both.
Sonoma, if you're listening, Tim would like 2 chairs outside of the Visitors Bureau.
Oh, they're such amazing.
'Cause-
Ooh, they would be nice.
We could
outside.
sit
would be
out there
great
and just
bureau.
talk to visitors and tell them to go to William
Tell them
Sonoma. It's a
stories.
win-win.
I would do that.
Yeah.
I would do that. Like, you look like you need a pastry knife.
Yeah. Do you know the wooden? There's a wooden sign that says William Sonoma. It was actually hand painted by Chuck Williams. It's been out in front of their store since the.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it's hanging out there. Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
I actually
Okay.
had to help them take it down a couple years ago when there was
you like,
during the June of 2020 there was a lot of
Yeah,
civil
stuff going on.
unrest and
So
we
wait,
were not
so
sure what
you
was
were
going to happen.
You
in
were
the community.
physically walking around helping people move signs.
He's
Correct.
like
I was on a
Schneider for the
ladder
town.
with a ratchet wrench.
He has all the
we
keys.
were a full
like,
service
I imagine
chamber
him
of
has like
commerce.
a
Exactly.
little thing around his.
So if anyone wants to join the chamber, Mark will help you change light bulbs. He knows when
Yes.
the toilets are plugged
Exactly.
up.
I'm doing home deliveries now with COVID test kits because everybody has COVID.
Actually,
apparently.
I got to give you this. You, mad props to you because when we were during the great mask shortage of 21,
Yeah.
Mark was like literally driving around with masks, delivering them to people.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's what when we got here and we had to wear our mask. Bob
Yeah.
said we better tell Mark to wear a mask, and Bob said tell Mark to bring us a whole box of masks.
Yeah.
because he has a whole box.
I have thousands.
Mark
of
Mark had
masks.
access to the strategic mask reserve or something like that. That's what-
Okay.
And now we have a
Now
ton of
we
COVID
know.
tests too. So
Oh, we do. Oh, that's good.
All right.
You got another event happening this summer? Because I was thinking.
No, I was just kind of trying to think about what at our visitors bureau meeting the other day. Like Aphrodite was talking about, like Safari West has got a bunch of fun stuff this summer.
They always have babies.
They always have babies, and they're so
Yeah.
cute. Even like the little warthog.
baby animals.
Yes.
Excuse me. They always
Telling
have
you.
babies. So Sonoma Serengeti Safari West is an African wildlife preserve. It's in the hills above Sonoma Valley by
Yes.
Santa Rosa. And yeah, they always have like lemurs or gnus.
Yep. So I know a lot of times we get questions about like, hey, I came to San Francisco with my tweens or teens or kids of whatever age.
And they're
what
sullen.
can we do?
They're sullen, cynical, TikTok generation kids.
Well, they bring them to a winery and there's nothing for them to do. You know, maybe
They could work.
you could- yeah.
I think there are laws about that, Tim.
Well, right now people are desperate to hire, so maybe that would help.
You
But,
can adopt them to make them family. Then
but
you're
Safari
good.
West is really cool, and you can spend the night there. They have these really cool tents. They're like glamping tents.
Right.
And then there's even like a backstage pass kind of a situation there. If you want to take your kids, you can pay extra and you
Mm-hmm.
can go do a backstage private tour, and they let you feed baby giraffes. I
giraffes.
got to feed a baby
But
giraffe.
like a baby giraffe's like 6 feet tall.
They're,
Right.
taller than 6 feet.
Really?
Yeah. So I got to feed a baby giraffe, and I
That's
got
cool.
to actually touch a rhino. How many people
you?
can say
Have
they
you
got
fed
to
a
touch
giraffe before?
a rhino?
I have not fed
It's
a
an
giraffe.
interesting experience.
They have big purple
have a
tongue.
They have, yeah, it's like this very dark
long
purple
tongue.
and black tongue, and it comes out, and it is like a muscular
Yeah.
thing. It is. It couldn't like.
Like a 1950s monster like
Right.
B movie.
Yes.
Or like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
Let me
kind of
see more.
surprising, yeah.
And
how long
again,
it
like
is.
if you're feeding an adult giraffe, this thing is coming at you from like.
Yeah, I've been
above
in that
your-
Jeep, and like it comes down.
Right.
It is like a Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Like this is if that thing
Yeah.
ate meat, it'd be scary.
Right. It is a very
I
interesting.
brought
I love
a
animals
photographer,
like that.
Alex Rubin, a friend of mine. I had him come to do photography for free because it was such a good cause.
Right,
and so
right.
he came and did a bunch of free photography. Thank you, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
And while we were doing photography, he had his very expensive camera trying to get a great shot of this giraffe who went and put his mouth like slobbered all
the camera.
over it.
That's awesome.
He was wanting to eat it.
The giraffe, not Alex.
Yeah, not Alex.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, we're not.
So they eat these long, like eucalyptus branches. They give you these branches of like plants that you
Okay.
can feed them. But the giraffe was just like,
Would rather have the camera.
So that's up
We'd
at
rather-
Safari West in,
Yes.
in Santa Rosa. Okay.
yeah, so check them out. There's always something fun to do there for kids.
I love it.
Yeah,
Guys, this is good. I don't know if we're almost at 40 minutes.
that's
Is that what the number is? Is that
I
what
don't
we're
know.
heading?
It's like we've done the we've covered like major events.
yes.
I think so.
What's up,
And
Sonoma?
Feeling good.
What
What's up, Sonoma?
that'd be funny because the joke of it would be like after 9 p.m. no one.
Yeah.
But it would be like, "What's up, Sonoma?" And they're like, "Well, everyone's in bed."
Yeah.
But you like that one? What's up? Is that the name of this
Well, because
podcast?
people always, whenever I see people on the
Sup,
street
Sonoma?
sometimes, and they're like, Mark's trying to make it straight.
Sup?
Fetch
Sup,
it-
Sonoma?
Fetch is not happening.
That's just not happening.
Hey, nobody can see me. This is a podcast. I may be like
Sup.
hardcore street cred
You are.
for all those
Mark.
people
Yeah.
now.
So-
Is what's up?
I think we should call it
Sup, Sonoma? What's up, Sonoma?
Because people always, when I see people on the street, they're like,
Right.
hey, you know, what's up? Like, what's happening? What's going on? I'm like,
She's like running into Joey Buttafuoco. Yo, Michelle, you know you got a lot of Lisas in your phone.
Yeah.
What's up?
I checked, actually. I have 7 Lisas.
You and I
made
both.
me curious.
Yeah.
I
No,
got a
I
lot
have
of
so...
Lisas.
Yeah, you're Lisa Curious. Let me
And
look
Lisa
here.
Pidge is one of them. So
Wasn't there a
she should
Lisa
give
Lisa?
us-
Was that a band or a
And
song?
the Cult Jam.
And the Cult Jam.
Yeah.
There you go. We're
That's
old.
scary.
We
I have a
are
lot of
old.
Lisas,
we are
one of
old.
whom is my sister.
Well,
There was
you go.
also another Lisa down... There were 3 or 4 Lisas on my street growing up, and one of them was a sister of a Michelle.
Okay.
So
There's a lot of
There were a
Michelle's,
lot of
that
Michelle's
same
too. I
age
remember.
group, too.
Yeah, I'd say I know. I feel like I know more Michelle's than I do Lisa. But,
Yeah.
and I'm a '78 born.
They were saying that
78 vintage.
the name Gary is disappearing.
Wow, really?
How many little kids named Gary do you know?
None. And there's not a lot of new Michelles or a lot of new Marks or
Right.
a lot of new Tims.
Yeah.
We're all
I know.
We're all
Mark and Tim were like the classic, like
Yeah.
late '70s, just like I don't know, whatever.
What
just call
should
it
we-
something.
Tim's
Just make
pretty...
a sound.
I know a lot of Mark and Tims
Nothing
and
interesting.
Michelle's, and they're all
Right.
this age.
Yeah,
They are.
At least Michelle's kind of like pretty sounding. Mark and Tim are just like it's a
Yeah.
noise. It's not.
like-
There's nothing.
It's
right.
like it's like a thing you throw out there. Yeah.
yeah. It's the least creative of all name
Literally,
choices.
the Beatles never sang a song like, "Oh Tim, go to the gym." But Michelle, my belle,
Go to the
they
gym.
sing about you.
They do. It's
And
true.
I don't know any songs about Mark either. I don't know. I was Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Well, yeah, that's a good
He
one.
was a musician. but- I wonder what happened to that guy's career. Probably just flamed right out.
Exactly.
Jeez, that
Yeah.
guy's
I think
done
Mark
for.
Wahlberg's doing pretty good, actually.
Oh, is he? Dang
Oh,
it.
yeah. He just had made another movie.
I made so much fun of him in 7th grade. And look, it didn't
No.
work.
He's like a
Haha, he just wears
gazillionaire.
underwear. That's all he can do.
He's a gazillionaire.
Oh, oops.
Dang it. What could
Yeah.
have happened? Guys, if people want more information about Sonoma Valley and to find out the name of this podcast, where should they go for events and information, Michelle?
They should definitely follow us on social media because that is the fastest way of seeing what's happening, right?
That's true.
Or the website.
Okay. The website, sonomavalley.com.
Yes.
We are on Instagram. We're on
Facebook and
Twitter, and
TikTok? No?
Don't even
Come on.
Michelle. Me.
yes, we got
Next.
it. We need to start. That'll be our next podcast.
I like
What
it.
should we do on TikTok? Because your
Okay.
kid's on TikTok.
I mean,
Well,
but
yeah,
not really.
all
She's
the
kind
She's
of
watching.
outgrown it, but
She's
she
looking.
has it. She used to like do her own TikTok videos.
Right, no.
Now that's how they consume
Right,
like
right.
music and things like
Right.
that.
Yes.
But she's not,
She's not out there
doing
doing- as far as you know.
Right.
Better
I don't
check
think
for
so.
the,
No, actually, I have a TikTok account. I follow just her.
Right.
Just to make sure.
Dad duties.
Eyes
yes.
on.
Yeah.
So
Right.
there. Mark, if people are here in Sonoma Valley, they have a business, they want to get involved with the Chamber of Commerce. How do
So
they find
everything's
you?
Sonoma Chamber, at Sonoma Chamber for Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. SonomaChamber.org is the website. Email info@sonomachamber.org.
Okay, perfect. And you guys can also go to our website, sonomavalley.com, and call us, email us, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. We'll have a name for this. You guys are the best. Let's eat some food here.
Yeah, let's do it.
You're done. I'm
Bon
gonna
appetit.
Stop.